What up, y'all? Welcome to Fight Talk with me, Jimmy Dukes, here on the Jimmy Dukes YouTube channel. Fight Talk with Jimmy Dukes. We have another interview, but this one leading up to the next event that we're going to be covering, CFC 4, here with Iyean Varela. How are you, brother?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Good, man. Thank you so much for your time. I know we had a little back and forth, but you're the man. I appreciate your time, brother, and working with me to get this interview going. Awesome, man. But yeah, we got a title fight lined up for you. I was at CFC 3. I didn't know who you were. You know what I mean? I just started covering more and more fighters outside past Las Cruces and now getting into Albuquerque and Arizona. But yeah, man, we got a title fight. How you feel about this fight coming up?
I feel good. Don't care about the belt. Just want to win.
Nice. Pretty straightforward about that kind of stuff. So is just this camp leading up, is this different because you've faced this opponent before, or just another camp and just another opponent?
I guess a little bit easier since I fought in him before.
Yeah. So I know you guys had a little history. You guys fought in the amateur. Do you feel like that's, in the past, I'm sure you've been asked a million times, like, hey, you've fought this guy before. Is it any different, or is it just kind of like it was so long ago, it just has nothing to do with what's coming up here on July 5th?
I'd only trained MMA for like 6 months for that fight and stepped in short notice. So completely different.
Yeah. So let's talk about that real quick, if you don't mind, for folks that are just seeing you for the first time. How did you lead into getting into combat sports, or did you have a wrestling career, or did you do any martial arts before getting into the cage?
Just wrestling in college, up through college, and then I was doing a little bit here and there, mostly street fights because I was in a bad relationship, and someone told me you should just fight for money.
Yeah, and you're like, all right, well, let's go check this out. Use my my wrestling background, which I feel like any discipline, I mean, other than maybe like boxing, but I think wrestling's like one of the best bases to go in before you start doing some MMA, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I just took off with some jujitsu and then went from there.
Awesome, man. That's dope. And I like to get to know everybody a little bit more since I'm covering the sport more. And I was kind of telling you a little bit about myself, but leading up to this fight, do you feel that's personal or just business? Because the past, and then the heated, not heated. I felt like it was professional. I mean, you guys got in each other's face after the fight, but do you think it's personal or just business?
It's personal to him. I don't know why, but it's business for me. It's just a little bump that I wanted to fix.
Yeah. So with this rematch, is something that you actively wanted, or did it just naturally line up and work out?
I asked for it. I got what I wanted.
Nice. Yeah, because if I'm not mistaken, it's been over 2 years. You only were training for 6 months at the time. And I feel like even him, you guys are going to be two completely different fighters. And I feel like for this weight class, and now that the MMA fight community is like getting bigger again in this area, I think it's like a good buzz for the weight class, especially for the pro division. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I like what they're doing. CFC's, I've been to the show a couple times for other teammates, and I like what they're doing. I fought for Fury, and I thought they matched sort of how I roll. So I just thought it was a good fit. So I asked Carlos.
Nice. I love that. And reaching out to those promotions and guys like yourself, like, hey, I really want to get after it, because I think over time you start separating yourself from other people in the area, and you're like, hey, I'll go all the way to Fury. I'll fight wherever it makes sense, right?
Yeah, I'll fight anybody. Sadly enough, that's what happened in my amateur career. I didn't have no guidance, so I just fought anybody, anytime, any place, anywhere.
Yeah. Is that something that over time you got with the right type of gym or right type of people to kind of help you and guide you in the right direction?
Still sort of do what I want, but at least I got a better head on my shoulders with Ray Borg. He sort of pumps the brakes and slaps me silly if I want to do something crazy.
Yeah, it's good to have that. Speaking of Ray, having that experience in his career as well, at least kind of like telling you like, hey, maybe not this, maybe that. I mean, that's such a beneficial thing for yourself, right?
Yeah, but basically I get to follow in one of the best footsteps.
Yeah, that's awesome. So leading up to this fight, do you feel pressure fighting for the pro title, or just are you excited just because it's just a fight, a championship? I know you said that the belt didn't matter. You're just kind of like, hey, next opponent, give me the date. Let's line it up.
No, the pressure's on him. He's making bold claims that he's going to beat me in 2 minutes. It's in his backyard. I'm expected to lose. Like, he's beaten me before. There's no pressure on me. And I don't, sadly enough, lately in my career, I don't care if I win or lose. I just love to fight, and I just go out there and till I can't, till I fall over.
Yeah, and I know you got a great. I mean, I was looking at your amateur career. You know, knowing now, I look back at him like, man, this guy had just barely started fighting, and you were rattling off some wins. You know, you're a winner of 3 of your last 4, and you know you're currently 3-1 as a pro. And I feel like a lot of people that don't know you're going to be on the radar now because of the, you know, the main headline of this fight, and get an opportunity to showcase your skill. With that being said, what kind of message do you want to send with this performance? You know, is it just kind of like put a, you know, stamp on it and just move on, or just kind of like you're not feeding too much into it?
There's no feeding into it. It's just probably one of my easiest fights, honestly. I've taken a big jump in competition. I fought in the Fury champion, fought in some knockout hours for Fury. Like, I just want to just, like I said, fix my mistake that I had in my amateur career.
I love that, man. I love the fact that you're you know, soft spoken, just straight to the forward, and I like that. There's nothing wrong with that. And I feel like a lot of people will see that, you know, the talking is not needing, but you're just gonna let your hands and your feet and your knees do the talking, right?
Yeah, like if he wants to talk, I've I'll feed into it a little bit, but there's nothing personal on my end. It's all on his end. I've tried to be his friend through Instagram and stuff like that, but it's whatever to me.
Yeah, man, and during that face off after the fight, man, I was actually sitting right there in front of the camera, and that was the first time I saw you there, and he just had won or whatever. You stepped in the cage. I mean, I felt the tension, man, and I felt like a lot of people were like really setting to see this fight. So it's not really so much of a grudge match for you; it's just a fight for you. Is that correct?
Correct. The grudge is all on his side. I would be pissed off if someone came in and basically trampled all over my win. He just won the belt. See why he was a little upset, but who cares?
Yeah, I feel you, man. That I mean, I love the you're straightforward and honest with it, you know, and I love that when I speak to different fighters and I get to know everybody. Because for me, I like to get to know the athletes and why they fight and why they tick and things like that. You know, some guys are a little more outspoken than others. Some guys just don't like doing interviews. So I do appreciate your time and coming in here and talk to me about this fight coming up.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
to do interviews. I love all this.
yeah, man. I love it too, man. But with that being said, man, any final words, any shout outs, teammates, sponsors that you want to before we get out of here?
Just my main sponsors, El Chino and Gyro Shack and Dedicated, and heating cooling system. Those guys just keep me going. Honestly, I work as a teacher, but those guys help a lot during those camps. These camps.
Yeah. Awesome. Teaching kids during the year and punching people in the face in the summer, right?
Exactly. The best of both worlds, basically.
I love hearing that, man. But thank you so much for your time, brother. I look forward to speaking to you formally when you get down here, man. I hope you have safe training, no issues with weight, man. And I appreciate your time once again, brother.
Awesome. Thank you.
Awesome, man. Make sure you guys keep up with all the different interviews. We're going to be covering CFC 4. Headliner here, Iyean Varela taking on Jacobo for the Pro Flyweight Championship, July 5th, Speaking Rock. Until next time, y'all take care. Thank you, guys. Peace.